Hello, viewers. This is Real Life Talk Show brought to you by Ericom Entertainment. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on our video. Your host for today is Ohima Sewa Frempong, and our guest, Lady Adelaide Atta and Mr. John Metal. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
To begin with, Mr. Metal, what's your take on trust in friendship? When you talk about trust in friendship, is it really important?
Yes. Well, it's very, very important. Trust in
How
friendship
is it
Very
important?
important. Okay. Basically, we all know what friendship is, whereby you go out or school or something, you meet someone, you strike acquaintance, the name, then from there you become friends. But when we tend to trust, that is where you really believe in the person.
Believe in the
Yeah,
person.
you believe in the person. In the way that you trust that there are certain things, or you hope that this person won't do this.
You have that confidence in the
That
person.
confidence, exactly. You can leave something valuable to
Okay.
you, to the person, and you are very sure that the person will not do anything or cause anything that will maybe destroy your friendship. That's where that kind of trust you build up for that kind of person when it comes to your friends.
Oh, okay. So, Lady Adelaide, I hope you've been into so many friendship. It could be lady or a gentleman. So, what's your take on that? If first, let me ask: do you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
And do you really started with? Did you trust him before maybe getting to that level, accepting his proposal or something? Tell us more.
Well, I might say that trust is a very important ingredient. It's like you cooking without salt.
Wow.
No matter how
It
nice
becomes
the
tasteless.
food, it would never be tasteless. So it's, I think trust is very important. So depending on the trust I have for that person, then the relationship, or let me say the dating began. So.
Oh, okay. So you have to build that confidence, that trust in before you accept or you take the relationship to another level. Is that what you're trying to say?
Sure.
Okay, then, Mr. Metal, before you got married, was that kind of relationship built between you and your wife? Can you tell us a little, since you are a married man?
Oh yeah. In fact, it's one of the key factors that leads to maybe from relationship, then maybe to courtship, then to marriage. Because without trust me, then it's just going to be just a period of some time. Then maybe the relationship.
So
will
let me chip in this question. I know you have a lot of friends before you got married.
Yeah.
So, can I put it in this way? Does it mean you had some trust for your wife before you proposed to her or before you started dating with her? Could it be a fact?
Yeah. Well, we are moved by what we see.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, you saw what you like and you went in for it. But the period of friendship, then you have that confidence that okay, you believe this person, you trust this person, that okay, maybe if I just settle down with this person, I'm okay. So you have that trust, and it gets to a particular stage of the trust that when you're at home and someone comes and tells you that oh, okay, oh, I saw this person or your boyfriend here or that the trust that you have in that person, because of whatever you hear from outside, you will not be moved, you will not be worried for hearing those things because you still trust the person. So I mean, yeah, definitely before you settle down, you need to have a trust in the person you're going to settle down with.
Okay, so there was a time in my life. Let me just give a short story about myself. There was a time in my life where I had a very close friend, but I was so disappointed, and I really trusted her with an information, and later when I heard the information somewhere, I became so I had a broken heart.
Yeah.
Yes. So is it the next question, which goes to Adelaide? Have you ever had any friend which has brought out the worst aspects of your character or your feelings out before?
Well, I would say no.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
'Cause, I feel trust is in so many levels. So depending on the kind of level of trust you have for the person, when it's being broken, it depends on the level. The level of it will make it hit you so hard. So if, let's say, I have just a 1 centimeter trust for you, when you break it, doesn't really hurt me like having a 10 centimeter trust for somebody. So I haven't really gone through that.
You've not really gone through. Mr. Metal, what about you?
There are some people you can't trust.
Okay.
Well, sometimes they may come out to be like, okay, so good. I mean, they'll show you all the good things you want to see.
You have that confidence
Yeah,
in them.
Exactly. They have that confidence in them. Then you tell them your secret or something. The next morning, it's all over. So those kind of people, you can't trust them.
But there's some people from the beginning, it never shows.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That they will let you have the whole kind of like, oh, they are there for you. I mean, they don't want to hurt you or they don't want to do anything. But hey, as human as they are, I mean, if they are not all that strong, they might just give whatever information you give to them to the outside.
So does it mean in friendship, trust should be a solid foundation?
It's a foundation that, in fact, friendship, courtship, and marriage. I mean, these three, you can't do without the trust. Because you have trust in your friend, then you started seeing the person to be a different person. Like when I say that I'm referring to like
You see
you
the
start
changes
developing some kind of love
for
the
the person.
Because
Okay.
the first time you saw, well, there is something they call love at first sight. Yeah, so you start.
Tell me
feeling
more.
You start feeling something for the person
Wow.
already.
Okay.
When already you have not even struck acquaintance.
Okay.
You don't even know the person's name.
Just
but
set your eyes on the
yeah,
person.
Then you are just.
I learned that one is very sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
but in fact, like these.
But have you experienced one before?
well,
love at first sight.
Mostly, yeah, I have, but sometimes.
I want you to talk out of experience.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's hear you.
I have. I have seen people, or I mean, ladies that you see them for the first time and you are like, oh wow,
Wow.
this is nice.
I
you
wish.
that.
Uh-huh.
That kind of thing, you wish that too.
Okay.
But sometimes you look at certain things, then you just
Ignore.
ignore or close your mind off it. Sometimes when you feel like you have met the one you want to settle down with, you see some of those ladies, then you just say, okay, come on, you have someone already.
Yeah.
But if things doesn't work out between you and your friend or the one you intend to marry, then fine, you have the liberty to go in for another person again.
Okay.
But trust is a solid foundation, just like what you said. It's a solid foundation that if it's laid and it's laid very well, from your friendship, your courtship, and then to your marriage, it's going to be solid.
Okay, I will come back to you on that topic. Adelaide, let's talk about you having your best friend, and then that best friend betrays you. How would you feel? Does it mean how would you feel?
Now I feel very, very, very bad because this is the person I've built so much trust in. You said best friend, so it
Yes.
means that I have built so much trust that
Gotten
I would
to the
say
level-
I share my darkest secret
Wow.
with that person. So if this person is seen out there telling people what I told her, in fact, the whole world will come to an end. I'll be very, very sad.
But do you know that because of this trust issues, relationship has been broken, even marriages have been broken, and you realize that people even end up taking the decision in their life that I don't want to trust anybody. The Bible says we shouldn't trust in man, but I realize that to start or to build a relationship, there must be an iota of trust between the two before that relationship can really stand or hold. So, comparing or what the Bible is saying, and as human as we feel, what's your how do you call it?
Well, sometimes
Your
you
take
have
about
to.
that.
You sometimes I believe that you have to also use wisdom. Wisdom to it. Yes, the Bible says, "Do not put your trust
In man,
in man." Yeah. The Bible doesn't lie.
yes.
It's the fact and it's the truth that if you try, because there are certain times that maybe you may be expecting something from your friend, wherever you go to your friend, and your friend can tell you that I don't have. Simply as that.
But you know
It's
the
a
person
typical
have.
example of what the Bible is saying. By your trust, when just like what Sister
Adelaide said.
when you become friend to someone, you move. You know you can be a friend to someone whereby you not be so. When I say intimacy, it's not like maybe you are having
An affair with the person.
Yeah,
Yeah. There are friends who are very intimate,
yes.
but not to that level.
Yeah. But there are friends that you can be friend with someone whereby you meet the person, just say hi, and it ends there. That one, when you tell me to trust that person, I don't think I can trust that person
You don't know that person.
because I don't know the person very well. But here's the case whereby you have developed that intimacy with that friend. That hey, if you are going to eat, cry, you go and eat with that
The person.
Hey, if you hear any news cry, hey, Akos, Charlie, you hear this stuff, then you share. So it's from that stage that you have that kind of already building that trust from
Okay.
that you believe that person. So whereby maybe to that stage, then something happens or one partner just take your stuff outside. You may think, oh, you have this secret with this your friend, but your secret is all over. I mean, that is the worst thing.
Okay.
And once the other party finds out, that's it.
Okay.
If you tell me to trust you again, I can't.
There's no way.
There is no way.
Okay, Adelaide, is it very important that there should be a background check before you enter into friendship with somebody, in order for you to trust the person? Is it important for a background check?
Well, I would say that trusting somebody is a deliberate attempt. You can't just wake up and say, I would trust this person without you
goes.
knowing anything about the person. So it is very important to do a background check, to know the kind of person, because trusting somebody means you're relying on the person. It's like you're giving your life out for the person to keep. So you ask yourself, is this person worthy to keep what I'm giving
out.
So you do a background check to know the person, the strength and the weakness, and what the person have even been through before. And then you know, okay, this, I'm satisfied with this information I have with the person, so then I can trust this person and then give my information out to her.
But you know, there are some people who pretend. So in this way, how can you get to know the person very well before?
So sometimes you can also be very clever. You can just
Some people are very, very clever when it comes to pretending.
yeah.
Come to the extent of even crying, acting for you to believe.
believe them.
Yes. So in such a situation, how will you do?
the reason why I'm saying the previous one, the reason why I was saying that you have to also use wisdom is that if you're also very smart, you can also test the person. Yeah, just a little maybe false information about you. Then you tell the person and see how the person is going to handle it. If the person is able to handle it very well, I mean, nobody gets to know about it. You can try. People do try. And we see in movie that you may have your boyfriend, whereby they want to see that this boyfriend, if another girl goes to him, maybe he won't fall for that lady, or he won't fall, or he won't sleep with that lady. Women do. So you can also test that your friend.
But it's risky. What if it happens?
It's risky. But this one, since it's
My
not
brother, with this, please, no. Because there's some people who can't stand that.
Yeah.
There are some people who can't stand that. So with that aspect, it's quite risky. You love somebody and then
risky. Yeah. Oh, but
seriously,
people are doing it. But
okay, so what if it happens that it ends up being positive?
If being positive, then the lady who did that or the man who did that, you have your answer. Do you get it? Then you have your answer.
so it means that person should.
You are pushing something to your friend, or you are telling your friend something whereby it's false, but you hear it outside. When you immediately hear it outside, then it means that your friend, you can't trust your friend. And also, if your husband, not your husband, but your boyfriend, you want to see the level of how how faithful he is, then you can say that, okay, my dear friend, I want you to go and chase or put yourself on my husband. So because you want to see,
Ahmed, what do you think about
how strong or how faithful the person is going to stand?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ahmed, what's your take on it?
Honestly,
You disagree with him?
Yes, I disagree.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though you can test somebody to know the level of trust, but I think
What's to that level?
tempting your boyfriend with your friend is.
What if your friend is interested in your boyfriend?
Sometimes it might be that the person might fall. Okay, but that might not be the intentions of the person. So you would judge based on what you just said. Like, oh, this person is like this, so I can't trust them.
And what if the person keeps it from you?
Just imagine, yes.
No. Maybe if something will happen between the two
Yes,
of
and they
them, but
decide
they
to
will
keep
not tell
quiet.
you.
What would you do?
Okay, what if even your friend likes your boyfriend? So
That
you're
is
going
it.
to do everything in the past to get your boyfriend.
You've given
So I
him
don't
or her
think
the
that is a
chance.
good idea.
But
No.
Ohima, the thing is that the bottom line is that trust from the onset is very, very important.
It's important.
And once it's there, everything is going to be okay. But if it's broken,
It can never be mended.
there will always be trouble.
Even with children, they do put their trust. Oh, my daddy can buy this.
Yeah.
My mommy can do this. So imagine maybe you even going out promising a child, oh, when I'm coming, I'll buy you toffee or biscuits. And you disappoint the child. See how it feels. So
yesterday I got home and then my daughter said, "Oh, Daddy, did you bring the pizza?" I said,
oh,
She was like, "Okay." Then she turned away and she was going. I said, "Oh, why are you going?"
Mhm.
She said I should leave her. That's what she
This
told me
little
because
child
she was
expecting the
expecting
pizza.
the pizza.
You see?
So, well, but you know, there are some ways that she could come around again. So,
But you know, with children,
kids,
but when it
yeah.
happens to
the
older ones,
the older, yeah,
it's
that's a different level.
it's a different thing altogether.
For him, I think the trust here is fine. Trust can be broken, but it doesn't really. I think it's in different aspects. So,
It depends.
Yes, if it breaks, if it's being broken in the main parts that form the relationship, that is why I think it will
Like an
never-
example.
or like being unfaithful, and the person doesn't, maybe the basis of the relationship is you being faithful to each other.
Okay.
And I trust that this my partner, no matter what, the person is going to be faithful to me. I trust that person so much that even if a girl is naked before him, he won't do it.
He will run. He will flee.
And then this trust gets broken,
Uh-huh.
there I feel okay, this is the anchor of my relationship. So since it's broken, then the relationship cannot stand again. So it will just fall. So every time of our life, trust is broken, but it depends on the kind of trust or the level of trust that is being broken.
Can you add?
Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, let's say you are ready and you are going to get married or something, or a very serious information, then you lay out to your friend, then hey,
All of a sudden,
all of a
it's
sudden
out.
it's out. I mean, I'm looking at it maybe in the aspect of not in a marriage, but in a friendship. Then let's say like courtship. Typical example maybe school, like school,
Okay.
being the university. I mean, you know, then
So once you speak, you just round up.
yeah.
Round up.
So yeah, basically, I mean, since it's a vital information, since if it should get out, that's it.
Oh, okay.
You may forgive the person, but you won't trust the person with any vital information.
Information.
Yeah.
Okay, so add the your few words.
I would say that breaking trust is not only letting out somebody's secret, but also misbehaving because of what you've heard from the person. Maybe I have trusted you enough to tell you my past, my dark past, and then you start misbehaving. There you also break my trust.
Okay. So viewers, on today's topic, we treated trust and friendship. In this episode, we talked about friendship. We'll be back on our next episode. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment on our video. It's very important. Your host, Ohima Sewa Frempong. Thank you.